Hey everybody, Merry Christmas. Today I want to touch on a topic that we are all feeling very strongly right now, and that is the increased cost of goods and services, or inflation. If you're watching the news at all, you've seen it all over the news. Inflation is skyrocketing, prices are going up, it's hard to find things, all of that stuff. And this is something that happened very drastically. A lot of people weren't super shocked by it coming out of COVID, but it still is painful nonetheless. So I want to actually focus on how do we handle things like inflation or a job loss or something that's going to disrupt our spending plan. How do we handle making adjustments? And one of the things that you can do is do your very best to manage the debt that is in your spending plan. So a lot of times when things happen, we have to figure out how to tighten the belt. And there are only so many ways you can tighten the belt. You've got to eat, you've got to keep a roof over your head, all of those different things. But a lot of times our fixed bills, and that falls, our budget, our debt tends to fall into that piece of our budget, is the part that if we could alleviate some of that, it would give us some freedom and flexibility to adjust in other areas. So how do we eliminate debt? How do we minimize our debt payment? And it may take time. You have to be patient with this, but there are strategies to help you get out of debt. And really, it's all about having a plan of attack on them. So one of the strategies that we use, there's multiple different ones, but one of the strategies that we've used very successfully is a debt snowball. So what you're going to do to create a debt snowball for yourself is either on a piece of paper or in Excel. I like Excel. You're going to list out every single debt that you have, whatever the current balance is, everything from each individual credit card to student loans, car loans, personal loans, mortgage, whatever you have that is an outstanding debt that you are making a payment to. You're going to list that in order from lowest balance to highest balance. And then you're going to list out the minimum payments for each of those. And so then the strategy behind it is you're going to pay the minimum payments on all debt with the exception of the lowest debt that you have. And when you, whatever extra you might have, whether it's a little bit of an extra bonus or you were able to save money here or there, or you had an unexpected amount of money come in, however it works out, you're going to put any extra amount that you can in your budget on that lowest balance first. Once that's paid off, then you're going to take everything you were paying on that first debt and you're going to now drop it to the second one. Once that one's paid off, everything you were paying to the first debt, everything you're paying to the second debt is now going to go on to the third debt. And you can see how it's why it's called the snowball, because your payment is actually snowballing to get larger and larger and larger until you get to that largest debt. You're still paying the same amount of cash flow, but you are putting a whole lot larger payment down on those bigger debts to help them to be paid off quicker. Now, things don't always work as we plan, so there may be months where you can't always put the extra on there. At a bare minimum, you've got to pay the minimum payments on things so it doesn't hurt your credit. If you want additional help on what strategy is best for you and how you actually implement this into your plan, give us a call at Next Step Financial Transitions. We would love to speak with you, and we hope you all have a very Merry Christmas.